Alright, we said earlier that the main idea of object-oriented programming is to divide the entire system into smaller pieces that are isolated from each other. Alright, let's look at some of the advantages of object-oriented programming. Now, one is improved software development productivity. Now, object-oriented programming has these three basic factors. One is it is modular, and that is it provides separation of duties. The second one is it is extensible, and that is objects can be extended to include new attributes and behavior. And the third one is it is reusable. Now, because of these three factors, object-oriented programming provides improved software development productivity over traditional procedural-based programming technique. Now, the second advantage is improved software maintainability. Now, since the design is modular, part of the system can be updated in case of issues without need to make large-scale changes. Now, other advantages include lower cost of development, faster development, and higher quality software. Now, let's look at some of the disadvantages of this object-oriented programming. Now, the first one is slower programs. Now, object-oriented programs are generally slower than procedural-based programs because they sort of require more instructions to be executed, and they tend to use more CPU than procedural-based programs. Now, the second disadvantage is a larger program size. Now, object-oriented programs involve more line of code than your procedural programs, and sometimes they are not also suitable for all programs, and they are a lot more complex. Drawbacks of object-oriented programming. Now, the first one is most object-oriented programming systems define complex and unnecessary class and type hierarchies. And the second one is in the pursuit of hiding the state, object-oriented programming considered the object state almost immaterial. Alright, the next one is principles of a good object-oriented design. Now, the first one is to program to an interface and not to an implementation. And the second principle of a good object-oriented design is object composition over class inheritance. Alright, some of the things I'm saying right now might not be too clear, but as we go on and as I explain this object-oriented programming to you, you'll understand better.